So I just got off the stream with Matt and Zoro and the new guys I met, like Laz and all of them. So I'm gonna knock this review out. So this is gonna be for the new episode of Super, obviously. And I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. So it's kind of like a meh, mediocre, whatever sort of episode. There were things I hated, things I liked. So yeah, the way it usually goes. So obviously the main thing was like Goku versus Kafla. So the first thing I noticed is that as Kafla was talking, I think that the synchronized voice thing, it really doesn't work for Kafla. I think it's terrible, for Kafla at least. I really only think it works with Vegito and Gotenks. Probably because Nozawa is just fucking, like, she's a queen, right? She's queen. And maybe that's a reason. And of course Horikawa and Kusawa as well, but as Vegeta and Trunks. But yeah, anyway, I don't really like Kafla's voice. Or the synchronized voice. The fact that the Potara, like I predicted, it's going, Zen is going to like it. I find it okay, so you can break the rules. Now, there's really no excuse for Goten and Trunks not being in the tournament. I mean, if the thing is, like, if you're Toyotaro and Toriyama or Toei and you know this ahead of time, then there's no reason for Goten and Trunks not to be in there. You know? It's just like, it's just from a narrative standpoint, you're fighting in a tournament of power to save your fucking universe, right? And this whole excuse that they're immature and that they're too young is just bullshit, because we already saw them fight against Boo. So it's just like, oh, you're gonna have Roshi and them fight Boo because they're not immature? And granted, that is the first time Goten and Trunks really get any shine, so maybe you can't make that argument, but it's still, they're fucking Super Saiyan 3s, man. Like, come on. They're, like, anyway, so yeah, the whole rule-breaking shit, that's just bad writing. Fuck that. Something I found curious, though, it's not so much a problem, but why in Universe 3, it says that it doesn't need the Potara? I assume the robots can merge somehow just because they're robots, and I guess that's what they do. Like if you're like a Megazord or something, or if you're like a Gundam or some shit, whatever. So I assume that the robots can merge somehow. I think even at one point they did merge. I probably just can't remember, but it's weird. I don't know. I don't know why they said they didn't need the Potara. And I just thought just seeing the gods take off like their Potara and just like throw it into the fucking ring. That's just like, ugh. That's just like, it's so cheap, really. One thing I noticed was that when Gohan and Piccolo are fighting the other Namekians, Toshio Furukawa, he sounds like he voices one of the other Namekians if you listen closely. Now I can't confirm that, but he really, like, one of them really does sound like his Piccolo voice, only a little like more eviler, I guess. It sounds more evil, more vicious. And there came a point with the Potara when they were throwing it in. So Beerus was like, no, I'm not going to throw it in. And I don't understand the logic here. Wheat says there's a risk in using the Potara in that if they lose the fused fighter, then you essentially lose 2 fighters instead of 1. Okay, I get that, right? 2 fighters are lost instead of 1. But the resulting fighter is obviously many times stronger than what they are individually. I'm sure if 17 and 18 or whoever fused, they would knock out everyone except for probably Jiren. Yeah, except for probably Jiren. Maybe Toppo, Dispo too, and Kafla. Who knows who else, right? So it's like, why not risk that? Like the fact it's not even a big risk when you look at who's left in the tournament anyway. Now, granted, there's some. I don't think there's any more hidden fighters anyway. So it's just like, what the fuck's going on, I like the part where the guy was putting on the helmet and the guy called him out like, take off your fucking helmet, or your helmet's on. I like that part. 17 saving 18, that was cool. I like that moment. Though I still think the 300 times speed thing is bullshit. And then we go back to Goku versus Kafla. Again, this whole exhausted, not exhausted thing is complete. It's just so nonsensical and contradictory that. And this is a reason why I don't try to power scale in Super as much as I can. In the case of Kafla, I did because I was talking about how strong she should be. But again, so Goku says that he's holding back, right? Like when he transforms into Super Saiyan Blue to fight Kafla as a Super Saiyan, he says that he's been holding back all this time. But again, this complicates things because, one, he's exhausted, yet he's holding back. the good thing is that over here in this fight, he wasn't completely dominated as a Super Saiyan God, right? But he shouldn't be being beaten as a Super Saiyan God, right? That should never happen in the first place against some like Super Saiyan 2 people who can barely. Now, granted, it's like I said before. Obviously, just because you're Super Saiyan 2 doesn't mean that you're Cell or Majin Vegeta or Super Saiyan 2 Goku back in the Blue Arc level, obviously, right? In the case of Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Vegeta, they are stronger than when Gohan was Super Saiyan 2 7 years prior to that fight, right? So it's not like, oh, every Super Saiyan 2 is equal to one another. But just to see, like, a Super Saiyan 2 challenging a Super Saiyan God that made Beerus use 70% of his power in the movie. To just think about that is just complete. It just like it's so nonsensical, right? But even more so than that, trying to make sense of that, it's the whole exhausted, not exhausted thing. Because like I said, this guy powered down from Super Saiyan 3 two episodes earlier very quickly. Yet as a Super Saiyan God, he's able to maintain this for like what, like almost like a full episode. Like it's half of the previous episode and half of this episode. Anyway, Krillin has this line of Kafla's energy being felt from where he is in the stands, and I thought that was hilarious because it's just like Dende felt Cell's energy when he absorbed 18, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku's ki was felt in the afterlife by Gohan and the Kaioshin and Kibito. And so I just thought that was like the oddest line of dialogue to have. Like, I can feel her energy from here. It's just like, what the fuck? It's not even that far of a distance. And yeah, so I've talked about the power scaling Super Saiyan Kafla being the same as Super Saiyan Blue Goku, who has to use his Kaioken, his Kaioken fist on top of that. His Kaioken, sorry, on top of that. And it's got me thinking that I'm not... See, it's just lending more credence to the fact that I don't think Kafla's going to be in the manga. I really don't think she's going to be in the manga. I hope the rules aren't broken. I can see it, like, it feels like a Toriyama like plot point for that to happen, but I don't know. I'm still not completely 100% behind the idea that that can happen. The insert song was placed horribly. I didn't like the use of that, and the episode is filled to the brim with comments on, you know, what's happening at the time. It's like, oh, Goku combined Kaioken with Blue. Oh, her energy is amazing. Oh, look at that ki blast. Whatever, right? So yeah, ultimately it's just been a mediocre episode for me. But like I said, I did like the 17 part. The part where like 17 was walking away, the guy not taking off his helmet before using the Potara, the trash talk that Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan Kafla had before they fought, I think kind of like offsets that a little bit. So the episode in itself was just very it wasn't like bad per se. It did have bad moments, I agree, but yeah. Anyway, that's that's pretty much it. I'm gonna replace this light now, or at least I'm gonna try to. I will see you guys in the next video. Wow, this is very short. Not even, wow. Usually my episode reviews are a lot longer, but yeah, this was pretty short. Yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Bye. And next time you'll see me with a haircut, hopefully. So yeah, bye. Take care.